Alrighty, it is 11:45. First of all, I have to apologize. I'm so sorry. And as you expected, because they're 5 and of course they're the most sought after, if I should say, and everyone wants to talk to them. Their fans are outside, they're taking pictures, they're talking at our sister stations. Hence them coming a bit late to the midday show today on Lagos Talks 91.3, so I apologize, but they are here. I'm talking about the 5 finalists from BB Naija 5 lockdown. This just ended last weekend, and it was such a glorious day with a lot of people excited, especially because their faves made it to the last round. And so I have in the studio with me the gorgeous Nengi.
Hi, you're so pretty too.
Thank you. Neo, the drip lord.
Hi. Thank you.
And the gorgeous Vee in pink. I love your outfit.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. I love your outfit too.
Thank you. Dorathy. OTTT. Hi. Oh my goodness. And the winner, Laycon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm glad to have you guys in the studio. So first off, before we get into all the gist and all the questions, what is the feeling? Be honest, getting out of the house, people screaming your name. Like, I literally got to work, I couldn't even park because we were outside. What does that mean to you? How does that make you feel that people left their houses just to see you? Anyone?
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Like, I feel like with my case, it's a bit more different because the amount of love I have, I also have the same hates. But it's actually very easy to ignore the things that you see when it comes to hate, because the love is insane. For people to, you know, see people's eyes glow when they see you, and you just feel like a mere mortal. But you know, the love that everybody's been giving me is, it's incredible.
For me, it was really surprising because I felt like in the house, I felt like people would really hate me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. I just felt that way.
Yeah.
But coming out and seeing all the love, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I must have done something good. But
That's
it's
amazing.
great. It's great.
Okay. What about you, Nia?
Man, coming from thinking of your life before and your life
Fantastic.
after, I won't lie, but it's just amazing the fact that people can relate to who you truly are.
Of course.
It just shows that everything that you have been through in life happened for a reason. It shows that people are waiting to hear from you, and I feel like that's the best feeling about it so far. As in, all big shout out to Big Brother.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I mean, I'm still in shock though, but it feels good, it feels great, but we're still all trying to, I feel like we're still all trying to adjust. I mean, it's definitely a blessing and we're looking forward to making this work and making so much money.
I like the sound of that. That makes me happy.
I'll pick it up from where Dorathy stopped, and it's true, we are trying to adjust.
Yeah.
I am trying to adjust, to be honest.
I can only imagine.
But I am excited about this whole journey.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this new experience, and it's unimaginable, basically, Sha.
Indeed.
That's just what I can say, to be
Now,
honest.
just speaking about adjusting very quickly, you, Laycon, because one major request that a lot of people had on social media was that your manager or someone from your team should record your expression when you get out of the house and you go on Instagram and you see the number of followers that you've been able to garner all throughout the months that you were inside of the house. How was that feeling for you, seeing that you're over 1 million, like 1.6 or so?
I think I remember what was I saying to you with Neil when you had that bet with Nengi?
Oh yeah, you said I was gonna win.
No, I never said that.
Sorry.
I said Nengi was going to win the over 700k followers bet that we had in the room.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I said
so you're even saying over 700?
Yeah, Neil was like over 700k for everybody.
Yeah, I said it for everybody. You know.
It never actually grows that fast, like judging from like previous years.
Yes.
So,
It's a gradual thing.
honestly, I was just oh God, I don't know. Honestly, I did not have. I was just saying how. That was what I kept asking. How how did this happen?
I can only imagine.
Honestly.
That's absolutely amazing. All right, V, London girl.
You already know.
So, V, just getting into the house, seeing your ship with Neo, which a lot of people loved very much, but we saw that you moved to Neo. And we know that typically in our Nigerian culture, you know, the ladies are waiting, you know, let's wait for him. Even if I know he likes me and I like him, I'm going to wait for him to come and talk to me. But that wasn't the case for you. So what encouraged you to move to Neo, and what did you see in him that, you know, attracted you to him?
The thing that encouraged me to move to Neo is that I just knew with the way he was, his persona, his look, everything about him, if I didn't make the move, somebody else would. And with me, I would like to call myself a sharp shooter.
I like that.
So, you know, I'm not one for taking any silly risk or silly chances. I just knew that I had to go and get the guy.
Oof, I like that. Neo, how does that make you feel? Like, are you used to girls, or have you ever had a girl who liked you, who moved to you, that you ended up dating?
To be very honest, that in those kind of situations, right, I always feel like at the end of the day, somehow I'll just be drawn back, because I feel like I have to fight for it as well. But then with her own, right, I mean, I went into the house and I told myself, look, don't be shy of anything, don't be scared of anything, don't let people take you for who you really are. You have to trust in yourself, you have to trust in your story. So when I entered the house, I talked too much. They said, "I'm be shalaye." So I said everything. I said heart for heart, like, you know,
very
simple. So I said everything heart for heart, like, so me exposing myself like that, I was open to anything that was going to come, because I felt from that moment, I started believing that anything that was going to come to me was true. So the moment she stepped up, and, you know, in my mind I was just like, wait, so with all my jonesing, with everything when I don't talk, how my life now, you know, I be that kind of guy. This London girl, you understand? This London girl still, you know, follow this worry boy reason. Man, I mean, even before then, when she come back to say, are you Yoruba boy? I said no, because of the way I was dressed. I was like, see accent.
See accent.
You know, so I mean, it was a click from the get-go. You know, I really respected our journey in the house, the fight, everything, man.
That was quite entertaining, but we'll get to that shortly. But you did mention something. You mentioned that because, like, when you are faced with a situation where the person likes you, you also feel like you have to fight for it. And I believe that is like the typical male instinct, where you want to pursue, which is good, which I support. But you also did go the extra mile to ensure that you got her something lovely for her birthday as well. Why did you feel the need to make that gesture in the house? You know, putting out your bed Niger, your BB Naira,
Oh, I'm on you.
And exactly, money that you're supposed to be using for food, but you decided, you know what, this is worth much more.
In that house, like everybody had their birthdays. I think Prince was first, right? And then followed by,
I think also
you know, and all these people, they are like special people, no doubt. But with my own, I felt like those people had special people, but I felt like I had the most special person. So then the guys know say this person are the most special person. It has to be more than, oh, just coming up that day and be like, oh, you are this, you are that. I mean, I wanted to show, you know, and I believe in more doing than talking. Actions speak more for me. So I was like, look, big brother, hey, this is what I want to do. If you can help me, that would be nice. If you can't, cool, but this is what I would like to do. So giving it up was like, I was like, I mean, you have to show this person is special. Because she is really special.
I love that. So what's the status of this relationship right now? Because we saw you guys fought a lot too. There's one fight that you guys had. I think you got a strike or a strong warning from that one. It was quite entertaining, because I just saw when people was like, move, Jerry. Everybody was like, oh my god. So what is the status? Because you guys, and I mean every relationship, you guys fight sometimes, you make up and whatever the case might be. So what is the status currently?
It's all about growth for the both of us. I feel like I should take this question because it looks like I was the most troublesome one. It's all about growth with me and you. I feel like all the arguments that we had inside that house was all a learning curve, and now that we've done our learning, it's now time to explore whether we've learned enough. So we're gonna see where it goes. I'm crazy about him. Oof. And I know he feels the same. He doesn't need to say it.
I love the fact she said I know he feels the same.
So we're learning and we're growing, and
Give it a few months.
And we're chasing the bag.
And we're chasing the bag.
I like that. I like that. That is absolutely amazing. Now, speaking about you being the most troublesome one in the house, it seems like you're a jazz detector as well. And your relationship with Laycon, you guys seemed pretty close. But something that I know garnered you a lot of followers and lovers was during one eviction Sunday where Ibuka had asked you a question as regards you binding and casting, and you did explain yourself, but you owned it with your chest, saying, well, Laycon is your friend, you know, and this is what it is. And you said it, as opposed to some other people over, you know, the couple of weeks where Ibuka would come and shake the table. Some people didn't own certain questions that they asked, like Bright. So when they were asking Bright some questions, it was like, hey, I'm not really saying. But you owned it with your chest. So what, you know, influenced that relationship or that friendship with you and Laycon? Because it seemed like you guys were pretty tight.
Laycon is... Neo is my person.
Yeah.
Laycon is also my person too. If there's any two men that I would defend with my whole chest, it's them two. Ooh. But with Laycon's one now is the fact that I felt like it needed to be said. I don't regret saying it, and I'll say it 10 times more. The fact that he's my friend, and when I feel like my friend is in need of help, I will always be there. That's just the kind of person I am. Am I protective of him? Yes. Did I feel like at that point I needed to be? Yes. If I didn't say what needed to be said, then I feel like the housemates would have... I don't think even in the house people understood how it was for Laycon at that point. Like, he was really down, and the whole essence of me advising him was to bring him back up to who I saw in him. I saw the star in him. I saw an intelligent, bright person. And I'm happy that it worked out in his favor, and I'm happy that he's in this, you know, kind of place. But it wasn't... See, I feel like everybody overreacted over that thing. So I was asked a question, and based on boldness, I answered. And I'll always be that kind of person.
Yeah. Thanks, Vee. I love you.
Oh, that's sweet, Laycon. That's sweet. That's sweet. Now, speaking about saying with your chest, Dorathy.
What have I done?
So first of all, Dorathy, where is that? Where did that nickname come from? OTT. What does that mean?
That was Mayoku, apparently.
Oh,
we all said shout out to Mayoku.
Shout out to Mayo.
We're actually going to like give him like a big shout out later on today.
Okay.
I mean, I remember it was DJ Consequence, right?
Yeah.
And when DJ Consequence said to us, come together, listen, because he couldn't talk to us because there was like this whole corona thing that they had to block him. And then he said, listen, and we know the song, I mean, really. And then he started mentioning names. We're like, Mado. He mentioned literally.
He said Miss V.
Miss V.
Dorathy.
OTTT. That was where it came from. And after that, I remember we were all arguing. Was that Mayoku? Was that not Mayoku? And that was where it just started from, and it just sounded really fun and funny.
Yeah.
I mean, typical me.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one. Now you came into the BB Niger house with your full chest. You know, you trended that day. I remember I was watching with my whole family.
Well, I heard.
You trended.
They gave me the gist.
So, question is, was that a strategy?
Not at all.
Did you come in knowing that people are going to be talking about how bosom full you are?
My dear, the way it is, there's no way I can hide it. I mean, it's there, so that was never a strategy. If you like, try to ignore it, it's still there.
It's there.
So nah.
It's there for all to see.
Look at you go. But yeah, it was never a strategy. The strategy is and still is to like make as much money out of this platform I already have as possible and just build myself mentally, physically, and financially.
I like physically already, Dorathy. What do you want to do?
Laycon, mind your business.
What do you mean by
mind your business? I still want to build.
She said she wants to be built physically. Where? How? Where?
More beauty.
With all these things.
I'm all for that.
You're beautiful.
I'm all for that.
So talking about I'm all for that, your very hilarious expressions, is this something that you developed inside of the house, or is this how you've been talking for a long time?
My friends know it is what it is.
It is what it is.
My friends know I'm like this. I'm just naturally like this, and you can't take it away from me, basically.
Yeah. Alright, now speaking about the epic entrances, Laycon, you came in, lights flashing. People were like, wow. What is this phenomenon? Was that intentional? Did you intend to, from the very first day, make a statement, or was
yeah,
this you just
I would
expressing
say
yourself?
that obviously when you see somebody with that kind of outfit, it was happy for me to like let them know that, oh yeah, there's this guy, Tono guy. But I would tell everybody this. I was always saying it in the house. That wouldn't have happened if not for Neo.
Oh really?
Yes.
How?
Neo was in front of me.
Okay.
Tolani was in front of me. So Neo then Tolani badged me.
Yeah.
So I was deliberating. I think at that point somebody was passing and said, person down the trend for the wrong reason.
It says for the wrong.
So
Oh really?
at that point, somebody just walked past and said that, and I heard it, and I was very tense.
Oh man, that's me. Who is that person?
I just put off the light. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this.
Man, you
I'm
could
not going to
have
put
lied.
it. So this man was in front of me. I don't know him from anywhere.
Yeah.
The guy just looked back. I say, how far now? He says, say, nice outfit. I say, oh, you think? He say, yes. I say, I no go on the light. He say, why? I say, I know. He say, on now. On now. As he see him, he say, okay. On now, make they know who you be. On now.
I love that
energy.
That's kind.
On now.
I love it.
And when he entered with his Bob Daddy, I was
Yeah.
watching so tall and he went, and at that moment I was like, my guy, anything will happen, may happen. I just
I love that.
So
So
that
like
wouldn't have
so
happened
I don't know why,
if not
but-
for Neo.
Yeah.
So
That's the nice thing to do, Neo.
that is a
That's
wonderful
really
person.
kind.
Neo is a
That's
very
absolutely
wonderful
amazing.
person.
Now, still speaking about entrances, Nengi, the last housemate to get into the house.
You know.
Your catwalk, and you know, people are talking about how beautiful your body is as well. Was that a stress? I have to ask these things because sometimes people are like, oh, that's the way I really am, but really and truly, you know, you walking, you know,
Yeah.
strutting,
Yeah.
and all that. Was that a strategy?
No, it wasn't at all. I feel like that's how I walk, even in the house.
Yeah.
It didn't change at
Yeah.
all. So now it's just when you're now hearing music, you know, the walk now hits different. But now it wasn't a strategy at all.
Now, speaking about strategies, what do you think about some housemates thinking or feeling that your strategy was to be flirtatious to, you know, with the men in the house? And we did hear Katrina say something like that, even with your fight with Lucy, which we're going to get into afterwards, where she was saying things like, oh, I meet the boys, and that's what you're good at, and things like that. What do you think about that?
Well, I feel like people are entitled to their opinions, and I didn't really care about what people were saying. But the only point I had a problem was when Lucy came to me. I felt like I don't care about your opinions, but just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I knew definitely there were going to be talks. That's what it would seem like from the outside. But the guys, the people I was close to, they knew it wasn't like that. So I was fine with it.
It seems like one of your favorite words when you're fighting is amoeba.
Hey.
Is there a reason? Is there a story behind it? Is there a story behind it?
No. I don't know. I don't even know. When I'm angry, I just say
You just say things.
I just say anything that comes to my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking about fights, you had a fight with Kaisha. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out that fight because Kaisha said she was trying to check the water, and she came in because when she was evicted, she sat down right there as well and explained the same thing, saying, "Well, I said I wanted to check the water, and then she said you then came and started insulting her." So what really happened on that day?
I'm so OCD. Everybody that knows me knows. Like my bathing water, my this. I don't like people to tamper with it.
Okay.
So I had boiled water to bathe, and I saw her like trying to touch it. I was like, "Oh, Kaisha, that's my water. Leave it."
Okay, you had told her to leave it.
Yeah, I told her to leave it. She was like, "Oh, she's doing something. This." So like it just irritated me, and you know, I had to react because we were in a hurry. It's not like we had time. We were in a hurry to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it. But that's in the past now.
So how are you guys now? Like, have you even spoken to her ever since you got out of the house? Have you seen her? Anything like that?
You know, if you ask everybody here, they'll tell you nobody has had the time to, you know, resolve anything.
Yes.
But for me, I felt like we talked about it in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same day. Yeah, the same day.
And
we
you
talked
guys are
about
cool.
it. We're cool 100%.
My first encounter with her, like first real encounter with her, was that 15-minute talk that we all were supposed to have to get to know each other. And I just told her, I did most of the talking. She was just there saying, okay, obviously. Yeah, obviously. And in my mind, it's just talk. We are being made, being told to do this, so let's just do it. So there was one time that I was now speaking to, I think, somebody else, and Lilo now came and joined the car. Yeah, I was speaking to Tolani Badge, and Lilo now joined us. And as I was trying to just say some things about myself to Tolani Badge, I just found out that this girl was just completing my sentences for me.
Oh,
like under 15 minutes that we just talked to, I'm like, alright, cool. But then the eviction thing came and she left. I was really hurt. Wow. So I kept rooting that Lilo should, if Lilo was.
So now that you're out,
is something going to happen between her and Lilo? Like I said, right now, the thing that I'm thinking about is getting myself together.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. So, it does make a lot of sense. All right, this is coming from a listener saying, my first question goes to Laycon, my president. Wow.
God bless you.
And he's saying, what motivated you to go into BB Nigeria?
My music. Okay. I just wanted to go and promote myself and my music. That's it.
Okay. The Queen of Flames, V. At what point did you become close to Laycon, and why do you love he said my Laycon so much? In fact,
the point. And you know what? I feel like this is something me and Laycon struggle with. We don't know.
That's interesting.
It just happened. I don't know if it was music. I don't know if it's one of those weird conversations we have about science or astrology or any of those. But maybe it was music. But I feel like from the first day that he performed Fierce in the garden, I was like, I like this guy, because many guys say they do music, they come here and it's not anything. But Laycon is talented and he promotes that talent so much. And we just have a vibe, a genuine vibe.
Cruise
queen. We just catch cruise, man. We just catch cruise. Like that's the important thing. The vibe.
Alright, so Island is saying V is a special being to Laycon. V, your intuition is unique. You developed it and you're so sharp, and you are sensitive spiritually.
Yes, she is.
See, this whole rumor of me doing jazz, and that one has to go. But I believe in when you say something and you speak it into existence, it will happen. Okay. Very, very strong spiritually.
Alright, Dorathy, someone is asking that you were always looking into the camera in the house. That is that true?
No. And I feel like I should probably say that I'm not used to having like cameras around me. So whenever I just hear that, it happens. Yeah. But then I said it before. I'm just trying to find my good angles.
I like that. Alright guys, whenever any BB Nigeria housemate comes through the midday show, I have to do a very quick game. It's going to be very sharp. So it's called Who's Most Likely To. I'm going to read out a sentence and everyone is going to let me know who they think in the house, right, that was in this last BB Nigeria, who is most likely to do what it is I'm saying. So you have to say it at the same time so that your answer doesn't influence her answer and your answer doesn't influence her answer. Okay? So it's going to be fun, guys. Listen up. Okay. Who is most likely to get married without a single soul knowing? Me.
That's a lie. That's a lie. If Dorathy was getting married, the whole of Lagos and Delta State would be there. Right.
Alright. Who in the house can marry someone after a week of just meeting them for the first time?
Neo!
Same.
Oh my gosh. Who can run around the mall naked as a dare?
As a dare.
Praise.
Praise.
Naked, without now. They always praise.
As a dare?
Yes, as a dare.
Praise can do it now.
Tricky when it don't hide.
Well, that's another thing. Okay, so who can pretend that they found food in their hair so that they won't have to pay for the meal?
Dorathy. I would like to say that Dorathy is a crook.
And she's good at hiding stuff.
Neo, don't say that. Wait, good at hiding what stuff?
Dora.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go.
Neo, shut up. Don't say anything.
Shut up your mouth.
Neo, don't say that. Please continue. Don't talk about hiding. A room full of crooks.
Okay, guys, who is most likely to intentionally oversalt the food when they are mad at the people in the house?
Vee! Because I heard you say that shit, though. I heard you say, Zanka, come and say it to me. Say it to me.
That one we'll discuss for another day. Because
it's cool, though.
we already know how the shit goes. So keep with your head. Yeah.
Alright, guys. Finally, the altruistic one. Who is most likely to give all their money to charity?
Also.
At least I like how you guys are being honest that you're not saying yourself.
No. Also, I will give half.
Yeah, I also give half. Based on generosity, but all.
Ain't nobody, though.
I don't think anybody will do that.
Nobody.
Wait, maybe Kaisha.
Yeah.
Kaisha. Kaisha's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.